Good morning, Year 5 students. Welcome to my English lesson. Today is Friday, 24th April 2020. For today's lesson, I would like you to take out your English Learner's Book. Kindly turn to page 129. Today we will start on a new unit. Unit 9, Patterns in Poetry. So in this unit, we are going to look at poems and poetry. It's going to be very interesting. We will look at this particular poem right now. As we read this poem, I want you to look at certain patterns, certain structures. Now, this poem is written by Lynn Joseph. And the title of the poem is Pullin' Seine. Now, this particular word is pronounced as seine. Say after me, seine. Pullin' seine. And what is the meaning of seine? Seine is a fishing net that hangs in the water using weights and floats. It can be used from a beach or a boat. If you look at the picture here, these four men are actually pulling a seine, a fishing net. Now, let us look at the poem. Let us read the poem. It begins with splash, afternoon tide roll on. Heave, fisherman pullin' seine. Come on, Jasmine pulls me along. Grab, the nets like we big and strong. Sink, our feet deep down in the sands. Hold on tight with both we hands. Pull and tug and pull some more. Show the fish who gonna win this war. Crash, we fall and the fish laughing. Grunt, we up and pullin' again. Wet and sandy through and through. Oh no, I wonder what mama gonna do. Look, a big wave rollin' in. Hurrah, is now we bound to win. Okay, now, have you spotted some of the patterns used in this poem? I give you a few seconds to think of some patterns. Okay, the first pattern. What do you see here? This looks very much like a column, right? This is like a column. You can draw a line here and you can separate these two columns. This is one section. This is another section. One column, another column. And if you notice the words used here, what type of verbs are they? I will not tell you. You go and find out yourself because the next activity will focus on this. Because if I tell you the answer, if I give you the answer, then I have given away the ultimate answers. Okay, now, what else do you notice? Now, do you notice that I have actually underlined some of these words? Pullin', duh, gonna, laughin', rollin'. Now, these are short forms. Pullin' is the short form for pulling. The nets, it is supposed to be the. Gonna, going to. Laughing, laughing. Do you say pullin'? It's supposed to be pulling. What about this? Rollin'. It's supposed to be, yes, rolling. Now you notice that in this particular poem, short forms are used. These are slang words. Words which are used when people are speaking. These words, these spelling will only be used, these words will only be used for colloquial language when the language is spoken. But for formal language, the language that we use in the school, okay, we have to use the proper spelling, the proper word. Now, I want you to turn to the next page because on the next page you have an activity related to this poem. Turn to page 130. Page 130, I want you to look at question 1. All of you kindly look at question 1. The table opposite shows words from the poem on page 129. Now these are the words that were used in the poem. Copy and complete the table with ticks and crosses to show which words are used as imperative verbs. One has been done for you. Now what are imperative verbs? An imperative verb, sometimes called a bossy verb, tells you what to do. For example, close the door. Imperative verb is a command. So you have to look at all these words and show which words are used as imperative verbs. You will write the answer in your exercise book. And then let us move on to number 2. Number 2 focuses on adverbs. Copy and complete the sentences below, adding one of the adverbs in the box to each sentence. Now, using adverbs helps to make your writing more interesting for the reader. You can use them to explain how a person speaks. For example, come and help pull in the nets. He urged loudly. Urged is the verb. In this particular sentence, urged is the verb. Loudly is the adverb. I write down adverb here. Loudly is the adverb. Okay? Urged is the verb. Loudly is the adverb. Now, adverb is used here to modify the verb. It tells us how the verb is used. He urged loudly. He urged softly. So basically, adverb modifies the verb, or it shows the manner in which the verb is used. So I want all of you to look at number 2. You have to copy and complete the sentences below, adding one of the adverbs in the box to each sentence. You have to try for me A all the way up to E. Now you don't have to copy the entire sentence, you just write down the correct answer. Now what are the adverbs used here? Let's go through the adverbs. Hurriedly, proudly, tiredly, nervously, urgently, anxiously. What pattern can you see here? Do you notice that these words end with the letters ly? Now this is one way to find out whether the word is an adverb, because most of the adverbs end with ly, as shown here. Okay, so kindly do for me all these tasks. Write down the answers in the English exercise book, take a photograph and send it to me via Class Dojo. With that, we have come to the end of the lesson. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you again in another lesson next Monday. Bye-bye.